Bansou Sentai Kizunager, Bond 12, the Green Ranger and the #1 corrupted hero. A few moments later, Shuji Kakaota, Kizuna Green, is getting ready to load all of his belongings to move out of Japan to be with his parents, Deku and Megi, on their assignment in another country to begin his training to be a proper military soldier, but he feels a bit sad about leaving the Kizunagers to deal with the Bansouenders on their own and creating a new world without him. Meanwhile in the streets of Japan, the Kizunagers, Togo, Nagare, Emily, Tsuji, Tsukasa, Logi, Teltina, and Yhra, are battling against the Ingekons as they were ordered to go after Shuji Kizuna Black, to retrieve the black bond plate from him until Togo decided to use the Battle Fever Legend bond plate and insert it into his Kizuna brace for the Kizunagers to perform the Battle Fever team's dance fighting techniques to confuse the Ingekons to take them down for good. Just then, Tsuji was starting to feel strange as the black bond plate starts to corrupt his mind to go berserk as he charges at the Ingekons and performs the pile bond dunker to take them down for good. But he also starts to attack the other Kizunagers as he's starting to lose control of himself, but stopped immediately after almost hitting Togo as he regains control of himself. Back at the Kizunager secret base, Nagare along with the others are furious at Tsuji for going berserk all of a sudden and attacking them out of spite, but Togo defends Tsuji and tells his friends that he might still be getting used to controlling the black bond plate's power as Yhra asks Tsuji how did he find the black bond plate and where did he get a Kizuna brace. Tsuji explains to Togo and the other Kizunagers that he kept Togo's original Kizuna brace after taking it from him when he became the #1 bond key. But he couldn't transform into Kizuna Red since it doesn't detect any bond energy within him. After he was cleansed from his dark bond energy, he swore to himself that he'll get his revenge on the Bansouenders for corrupting his mind as he trains himself to become a Kizunager after retrieving the black bond plate that he found in the streets of Avalost City and plans to obtain its power to gain control of its corruption as it allows him to transform into a pure version of Kizuna Black to save both Earth and another world from the Bansouenders. This made Togo impressed that Tsuji managed to control the black bond plate's corruption to allow him to become Kizuna Black, but the other Kizunagers are suspicious about allowing Tsuji to use the black bond plate's power since it was originally created by the Zetsuenders and Tsuji lost control of himself a bit. But Togo thinks that Tsuji needs more training to help him control the black bond plate since he desperately wants him to be part of the Kizunagers as Tsuji looks up to Togo as his inspiration to help him become a better person, even be a hero. A few moments later, Nagare along with his friends are discussing about Tsuji being a part of the Kizunagers since they don't think that he has full control over the black bond plate's power as it may try to corrupt his mind again to make him go berserk. But Yhra tells her friends that what's done is done since Shuji is moving away to be reunited with his family and they need someone to take his place in order for them to make sure the Bansouender don't stand in their way to prevent them from achieving their dream to create a new world. So now the Kizunagers have no choice but to accept Tsuji to be part of the team since they want Shuji to be happy with his family. But Tsuji overhears everything that the other Kizunagers said about him as his dark bond energy slowly starts to emerge from his body as he feels like that he should be the only Black Ranger to take down the Bansouenders without anyone standing in his way. Later that night, Tsuji pulls out the black bond plate and inserts it into his Kizuna brace to transform into Kizuna Black as he hunts down Nagare, Emily, Tsukasa, Logi, Teltina, and Yhra one by one and steal their bond plates to prevent them from morphing as the Kizunager bonded key sensed Tsuji's desire to be the #1 Kizunager as he transformed into the machine bond key to hunt down Togo next to finally achieve his goal. The next day at the Kizunager secret base, Togo arrives at the base to meet up with his friends to begin the next phase of their plan to create a new world, but sees Teltina, Kizuna Rise, injured from last night, as she explains to Togo that Shuji has gone berserk again as he was hunting down the others for their bond plates to make sure they don't transform into the Kizunagers again, as he claims that he should be the only one to defeat the Bansoenders to get his revenge. Meanwhile, in the streets of Japan, Shuji is inside of a cab to make his way to the airport to meet his parents. But then he witnessed the people of Japan under attack by Shuji as Kizuna Black, who hold Naga and the others captive to lure Togo into a trap to steal his bond plate so he can be the only one to save the multiverse from the Bansoenders, as Shuji have no choice but to get out from the cab and run towards Shuji to take him down to remove the black bond plate from his Kizuna brace to free him from his dark bond energy. But then Shuji transforms back into the Mashin Banki to knock Shuji down to the ground as he summons a group of Ingekons to surround him to destroy him for good, until Togo shows up with Teltina to lend Shuji a hand to save Shuji from his dark bonds again, as they give Shuji back his bond plate and Kizuna brace to transform into Kizuna Green again to assist them to save the people of Japan from the Ingekons and the Mashin Banki. As Togo and Teltina manages to free Naga and the others from their restraints and retrieve their bond plates from Shuji to allow them to transform into the Kizunagers, Blue, Yellow, Pink, Night, Rise, and Magus, to defeat the Ingekons. Togo pulls out the Zenkager Legend bond plate and inserts it into his Kizuna brace to summon the Zenryoku Zenkai Cannon for him and the Kizunagers to perform the Zenryoku Zenkai Finale Buster to finally take down the Mashin Banki for good to free Shuji from his dark bonds once again, while Yidra retrieves the Kyromager bonded key as it transforms into the Kyromager Legend bond plate. Just then, Shuji realized that he is late to meet his parents at the airport to move out of Japan, but he noticed that Togo and his friends don't want Shuji to move away since it feels like the team won't be the same without him, as Shuji wonders if he should stay with his friends to defend both Earth and another world, or stay with his family to be with them and achieve his lifetime goal. Meanwhile, at the airport, Shuji managed to meet up with his parents as he explains that he can't go with them since he has more important matters to attend to, since he finally understands why being apart from them to save the world from danger is so important to them. This made Shuji's parents respect his decision, as they were proud of Shuji for growing up to be a strong and independent young man to help make a difference, as they bid farewell to him and the other Kizunagers as they moved to another country to begin their newest assignment. A few moments later, Shuji hands over his Kizuna brace and the black bond plate as he apologizes to the Kizunagers for losing control of himself again, since he only wants to become better to redeem himself after getting involved with the Bansoenders. So now Togo and his friends accept Shuji's apology, as they understand that he was only doing this to help make a difference just like them, as Shuji bids farewell to the Kizunagers and heads back to another world to continue his training to become the #1 Redeemer, to prove to the world that he is a changed man.